Kevin, a goal midway through the second half today settled it. What do you think the difference was between the teams?
Listen, I thought the week that we've had in these conditions, we tried to freshen up with a couple of players, and they've played against the top three. It's been an incredibly tough week for the group, and for the majority of the game, very similar to Salford. We've matched a very good team, but you haven't seen the goal back. It looks like he's got too much time, and he's scored the goal. So that's been a recurring theme for us over the last few weeks. So it's something disappointed with. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure on the players coming into the game because of the run we're on. So I'm kind of mixed emotions. Obviously, there's a bit of relief with the results going our way, but at the same time, we've lost 7 in a row. So that's I'm the manager, and that's not acceptable, really. So I have to take credit for that. But on the flip side of it, I'm incredibly proud of the bunch of players. The change that they've come through, the new group coming together mid-season is always going to be difficult. They've done a lot of the hard work in the last 3 months before we've been on this run. So it's one of those. It's mixed emotions from me personally as a manager, but we've come into a club that's under a lot of change, a lot of transition, loads of things going on, and that is incredibly difficult to do. So the fact that we've managed to get the status and be in the league, it could have been a very difficult week for us next week. And we know exactly where we are as a group, as a club. Lots of meetings, conversations going on, and the planning, started weeks and months ago, and now the club's in a position where they can really plan for next year.
Certainly more urgency to the performance in the second half. What sort of thing was said at half time?
I think we were happy. Look, they're a brilliant team. They've gone to beat us 4-0 away, getting to the cup finals in the playoffs. So to play them, having to travel up to Blyth on Thursday, again, did all right for large parts of the game, but we're conceding really soft goals, and it's unacceptable really when you watch it back and you show it the group. But there's players out there who are on their last legs, and I know we get the crowd from the shouts from the crowd to more urgency, but they give it their all, and I can't ask for any more than that really. I understand football, I understand the game, the demands that I put on the players since they've come in, the training regime, the little things that we've tried to take, they've taken it all on board and got on with the job. So the run that we've had here, the 6 home wins, 8 out of 10 I think we've won, got ourselves into those decent positions, but realistically we fell short in terms of coming up against the top teams. We've tried hard to put a squad together for this year, but we've set a platform now. There's lots of structure gone into the place, and I think I'm pretty clear on a manager with my staff and the board that where we need to improve as a group, and obviously there are conversations to have over the next couple of weeks with the players. Players that stay and players that go in are always going to be difficult, but I know exactly where we need to improve as a group, and we fell short. We know we missed key players, we've had suspensions, we've had a few hamstring injuries we picked up, and the players have kept going. We're making mistakes, I know that, but they've had big demands put on them, particularly in this last week. So I'm obviously disappointed with another defeat, but in the context of things, proud of the group of players and my staff and the effort that we've put in to get the club to this position. I know it's not the position we'd love to have been, competing and trying to push for those playoff spots this year, but we just fell short.
In terms of the second half, some chances created, a couple for Dion Charles, probably the most notable one for Jason Gilchrist. Is that kind of typical of the way things are at the moment? A couple of months ago, does that go in? Yeah,
I think so. I've been a striker myself. You'd want that to fall to Jason, but he's not scored in, I think that's 4, maybe 5 games now. So he still did a job for us. I think he'd go back to Salford where we asked him to play on the left, kept a very good right back in Nottingham, very quiet, and did a job for us, and that's being a team player. And I think I recognise that as a manager. We've played him with a front three today with Dan Coughlin. I think did well for us today, battled away, not played a lot of games for me this season, and it fell to him, and the keeper made a good save. You fancy him to score it, and I think you just think he's going to be one of them days where they go down the other end and knock one in, because they're a big, strong, powerful team, and I think it's a good finish from him. I'm not sure, again, we could have got tighter and got the blocks in. I want my defenders to defend properly, the midfield to help them out and stuff, and we didn't get that in again, and he's put a good finish in there. But the players, were on their last legs out there, and to the strength and the size of the squad, we didn't have too many options to change it. So we've done what we've had to do. All the hard work's paid off, and we've done that work between January and March. There's no doubt about it, the last 3 or 4 weeks have been disappointing from a manager's point of view. I have to take all the accountability for that, but the players have done an amazing job for me. I couldn't have asked for any more, really.
When we were on the difficult run before Christmas, many people pointed to the 0-0 at Chorley as the turning point. I know there are only a few games left, but is that something that's almost needed, something like that, Chorley 0-0, something that people can cling to, something that needs to be ground out, maybe?
I think so. Again, Salford, you think, go and get the 0-0. Just things we could do better. You go back to the York game where we got back into it 2-2, and that's kind of bouncing back from a defeat and going away to a big club. A late one goes in, which again could have done better as a group to defend it and really defend properly. And you know, it's a young group. The average age is very young in there, 22, 23, whatever it is now. And we're constantly trying to get messages into them to do jobs, you know, phone calls, the video, sitting down with the players, and you know, speaking to, you know, for instance, Elliot Osborne yesterday, showing things and trying to add things to his game, because he's outstanding on the ball, great player. But can you take the bits from David Lynch and David Morgan, what they do, the other side of it? So I'm you know, developing players for the club going forward, and in my opinion they'll be better for it next year. They'll grow, and if we can add a bit of experience, a bit of know-how, again, going back to what I feel we need to improve, the board know where I stand in terms of improvement, we'll be better for it next season.
Appreciate that, Kevin.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for everything as well.
Yeah, thanks for you as well.